and I'm recording to the cloud. I'm just going to keep looking out for her. So while I'm doing this, looking out for Jessica. So this is Time for You. And I know, Debbie, you had started to ask some questions. So why don't you go ahead and.
I have two. I had that my call with Dee had to get moved. So I'm like, oh, I have these two things I need to talk about. So one of them is I have a client who is on maintenance on optimization, and she has an order coming in like a few days that's 4 boxes. And so I reached out to her and I was like, hey, you know what, if you just added 4 more boxes, you could pay only $7 in shipping and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, well, I can't afford to do that. So I did the math and I figured out that the difference between getting the 4 boxes and paying for shipping or getting 8 boxes and not paying for shipping is a $68 difference. And so I was just curious with you guys, like, how would you handle that? What would you, I thought about offering her an incentive, like, hey, I'll throw $25 on your account. And I thought, I really don't want to set a precedent. So just curious what you guys think of that. And then the other thing was about lead, because I don't know if you heard about the lead thing, but I just heard about that recently from a potential client, and I called nutrition support. So I have something I can share with you guys on that.
You posted that, didn't you, Debbie?
I don't think so. If I did it.
Wait, what was the second
did.
thing? What was the second thing you said, Debbie?
Lead. Okay, so I have
Lead. Oh, lead.
a client who's coming back, and she was like, well, but I looked and there's like a lot of lead. And I was like, okay, number one, maybe there is, I don't know, but I don't think there is, because if there was, we would probably know about that. And I don't know anything about that. And so I called nutrition support, and their response is, yes, an entity who stands to gain financially if this company suffers financially did the report. So I'll just put it in the chat actually, but so if anybody else asks you about lead, because there's a report out right now on the internet, you could read it or find it. So this is our official response to it.
Okay, that's good. Debbie, in reference to your first question, excuse me, I'm assuming you also told her if she really only needs 4 boxes, that she could also push her order to the 60-day mark.
Mm-hmm.
So she's saying she doesn't have the money in the immediate to do it.
Which, yes, but she, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess what I need to do is talk to her and ask her questions, because she was a client on 5-in-1 before. So she was ordering much more expensive orders at a time previously. So unless maybe something has changed in her world, I think I'll just call her back and be like, could we chat? I'm curious to understand what's going on with you.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Well, the only thing you can do is educate her, and just say it's a $68 difference. You only have to order every 6 weeks, see if that might help. And if she doesn't want to, then, you provide a customer service to her.
Yeah.
So I actually had that conversation with a client yesterday. She ordered 4 boxes, was ordering. I was like, if you ordered $175, she's like, oh, I haven't checked today if she changed her order or not, but you just have to just let them know.
Yeah.
Oh, what I mean is if you could put what you posted in the chat on the Facebook page.
Oh, okay.
So everybody can see it afterwards.
Hey, Jessica, I'm glad you're here. I want to learn from you.
Jessica, I was laughing because I know you messaged me earlier and I went to go tell you something else. I'm like, where did she message me? Of course, you messaged me on Instagram, which is the whole reason I'm at this meeting, because I couldn't find your message to me. So
yeah, I didn't see a passcode for getting into the meeting. I was like reading through everything. I was like, where's the passcode? And the link wasn't working on my phone. For some reason that won't work for me. So I always have to get on my computer, and it was not, I didn't see a password, like where the passcode was. I don't know. Anyways, so glad I'm here. Yes. Okay. I want to maximize our time. Facebook, Instagram, all the things. Like, I guess put in the chat what you want to know the most about Instagram or Facebook. And then I'll ask another specific question.
Well, doesn't it go from, like, you can do one to the other and be like the same thing?
You can, but you don't need to.
Well, see, there we go.
Yeah, so it is not, so while I raise it in that, it is not good to what that's called cross posting. So if you put it on Facebook and you said, yes, send to my Instagram, the algorithms are like, oh, lazy, that's trash, and doesn't like put that out there. Now, mind you, the algorithms are for Instagram and Facebook are different. And that's where like reels and things like that are seen a lot more on Instagram, but they are blowing up now more also on Facebook. So Facebook's always kind of like behind the times, even though they're like the OG of social media, they're kind of behind the times of like what's trending and what's cool. And Instagram's kind of like, like constantly changing with what's hot and what's going to catch everybody's eye and what they're going to allow to be seen. Okay, so there were people saying Facebook and then Reels. Okay, so
Can I ask a quick question, Jessica?
absolutely.
Because
Yep.
I've played around with Reels on Instagram, and then I've gone to Facebook, and I feel like there's not as much functionality. Am I dreaming that, or I just haven't figured out how to use it? I guess I'm wondering if you're going to choose one. Facebook feels more intuitive to me, but I feel like I've been able to find more creative things with Instagram.
So that's actually what I do. I create my Reels on Instagram, and then there's a place where you can download it. After you post the reel, you can save it to your device and then go into Facebook and upload it there. It'll be on your saved videos. So it doesn't tell the algorithms that you're cross posting. Now, it's crazy to see when, and watch like what hits and what doesn't hit as far as views on both. Cause like I'll have a reel on Instagram that like falls flat, and then on Facebook, it blows up. And so, and then vice versa. And it's just hit or miss. It's never the same video. Never the same video gets a lot of attention on both. That's rare for me, at least. So with Reels, I'm going to see if I can figure out the whole screen sharing thing. I got my Instagram to pull up. I've never been on Instagram on my computer before, so that's new.
Okay, if you can listen and play with that simultaneously. If not, I'll repeat the question for you later. I work on an iPhone and an iPad, but I feel like I've got a lot more available to me on the iPhone than on the iPad. I'm kind of in the same space that Vicky is too, is that just me not knowing where to look, or is that actual?
I always get on my phone. So that's the only thing I ever work from is my phone. That's just easier. Like I said, this is my first time being on Instagram on my computer, on anything other than my phone. So I didn't even know if they would let me back in because I don't.
Well, this is awesome that you're able to bring this up, Jessica.
So, and it's going to look different on the computer. So I hate that. But this was okay. So this is, if you're not following him on Instagram, does everybody have Instagram? If you don't,
Yes.
I do not.
Okay. So, and he's also on Facebook. So this guy right here, write his name down. You see his name right here?
Brody Pearson.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
So write that down. Follow him on Facebook or Instagram or both, whatever you have. He is great. He works with a ton of Optavia coaches. He has so many videos of showing you how to do things, what to do. This was a video that he just posted today, and I was like, oh, so excited because I've been trying to figure out how to do this and I couldn't figure it out either. So I'm gonna play this video. It might be a little like over the top for y'all, but maybe seeing where he goes on things will help. We'll see. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hopefully it'll. No, y'all, I can't hear it.
Glass, click on that. It's going to bring up tons
hang
of
on.
effects. And what you're going to want to do is search for the green screen effect. Once you
Hang on. Try to figure out how to. I don't know how to like back up a video on.
That's okay. I think we'll get the gist
want
of
to
it.
click on it,
How do you?
and it will bring up so that you can put a photo or a video behind you. And this will allow you to talk about your client or your customer's transfer.
Try to see how to rewind it.
Maybe just hit the back arrow so you start the whole page over again. You know what I'm saying?
Information and
not working. Like, wait,
Yes,
Like
that's what, or refresh or something. Yeah, like I have no idea because I'm so not technologically,
I don't
should
know.
not be giving advice.
Yeah, no, I'm not good with computers, so
Is he showing us a story or a post?
a reel.
Do you want to create more
reel.
effective testimonials and results posts? Watch this. Go to your Instagram stories and swipe all the way over to the right until you find the magnifying glass. Click on that. It's going to bring up tons of effects. And what you're going to want to do is search for the green screen effect. Once you find it, you're going to want to click on it and it will bring up so that you can put a photo or a video behind you. And this will allow you to talk about your client or your customer's transformation and exactly how your product or service helped them. So click on that and then you can bring up your testimonial here. So this is an example of somebody who went through Insta Success. Shout out Marcus Sue. And then I can go ahead and I can talk about exactly what she did. This is going to be the most powerful thing that you can do to share your testimonials. Let me know if you're going to try it out. Do you want to create more?
Okay, so I thought that was pretty cool. Like him
Yeah.
showing that. And you can go back and like watch his video over and over and over until you can finally figure out if you're hitting the right button. That's how I figured it out. Like the biggest thing with social media is just figuring it out, like fumbling around, hitting the buttons, messing it up, and then like trying again until you finally post it and not overthinking it. Okay, so
Okay, so what's the difference in a reel and a video?
it's the
To be
same
really
thing.
basic. Okay.
Like
Thank
language.
you.
I don't think you know this. Okay. All right, so y'all are gonna see whatever is on my For You. See, I'm not used to seeing it's different. Whoa, what's happening?
Is there a time limit on videos on stories?
It's
this every day?
this is gonna happen every time. Maybe this is not a good idea. There is a time limit. Here, maybe I'll just go to create. I have no idea what's in here. So what am I looking weird to y'all?
Yes.
Yeah, your
the top of
screen's
your
doing
screen.
that funky thing.
Yeah.
I had to uninstall.
Okay, I'm gonna stop.
but
I'm gonna do the stop sharing because it's not helping. Okay, because it looks different because it's gonna pull from my computer and not pull from here. So I'm gonna see if I can show you on my thing.
Do you know the time that you can, how long is a video on your story that you have to do that?
On your reel, a reel, oh, I do not know how long it can be. It also depends on well, the shorter the better. So less than I think it's less than a minute. I think it doesn't go beyond a minute. There is a way to make it go really long, but there's no point in that. Nobody's gonna watch it.
No,
Right.
right.
Keeping
Okay.
it short.
So when you put like a testimonial up on a green screen, okay, and then you're in there talking about how that all happened, where are you going to get in your disclaimer? Because if you usually it's down the bottom, I guess if we're going to use it like that, it's going to need to be across the top so that
So-
it can be visible, because it's going to have to show, or we're going to
I
get compliance issues.
Right. So I would say you could put it in your in the description. And also if you I'm not sure, like if you want to put it on the video, there is a place like where you can tap it, like where it has letters. I'm going to show you. And you can
You
type
can
in
add text. You can add the text. Okay. Okay.
Well,
So-
also, I mean, it's only going to be up for 24 hours. So
No,
Yeah,
but
but it's
no.
got to have the disclaimer.
I know I've gotten dinged twice by compliance. So yeah, I'd make
Okay.
sure it has it on everything. So
Well, as far as a reel, yes, that's not going to go away. So the stories, which is at the top of, like the stories up here, that, yes, that goes away. But if you're going to post a reel, so you're on your Instagram and you hit the little plus and you go to reel and then it's blank. So you can choose one right there, or you can go down here and I've saved ones, videos and stuff that I've recorded, or just I was cooking earlier, I could post that and then you go to, let's just do add, and that's down there and you go to next. Okay. And then where the letters are, that's where you can put in type in stuff. And then when that's done, this took me forever to figure out when I first started. No. if you see down here, how the words are down here that are up here.
Mhm.
Okay, so if you touch those, that's where you do the duration, like how long those words are going to be up there on the screen. So now I have it just for a short amount of time, and then it's going to go away. So, and then I'll do done. It's going to play, and then I can put in another word. I can put in other words
Oh, cool.
and tap it, and then I want to set the duration for that. That's how, like with my cooking ones, I'm like, oh, put this in or did this or whatever, but then it goes away and other words come. That's how you do that. So down here, you can move that to where it's gonna come in over here, and you shorten that duration there, and you hit done.
So I have a question about that, Jessica.
Uh-huh.
I've never done it that way. And I think what I do is so much more tedious. Like, let's say I have 5 videos or 5 things, pictures. I hit select all, I do all 5, I put them in there, and then I'll type all the words at the bottom. And then I'll go to where that word wants, and then I'll shorten where I want it to go. I go to the next screen, I put those set of words up there, and I do it that way, but your way seems so much quicker. So if you were to add another picture to that food, like let's say your final product on the table, and you add that
Right.
picture in where the words pick up, or you then have to slide it for where that one picture ends to the next picture.
It's up to you and where you want to place it. So if I wanted to add more, see where it shows you like a little red spot. So that's where you have one thing added. And then if I wanted to add more, I would, let's see. Well, if I needed to go back, I do edit clips, and I could do add. And if I wanted to add, let's see, just add that. Why not? And it'll show you how long your reel is going to be up here. That's what the red's for. So let's say I want to add that too. Let's say I'm going to add some more. I'm just adding stuff I added to my story this morning. And you do next. It's going to continue to go. And you'll see that. And if I wanted to add text to that to pop up, then I can do that, and then and touch the words that I want to be on that photo, and just kind of move the time to that where it shows up to that photo.
Oh, this is awesome.
And then move that over, and it just shortens the time, so then the words I want on that photo is the only thing that will be there.
Yeah, what I've done before, I guess, is I've put all the pictures there, put all the text at the bottom, and then kind of put it into each category.
I mean, you can do, either way works, just whatever you're more comfortable with, really.
So when you're creating a reel, do you create it, like, do you do it over the time of a day, or do you just add stuff in and create it right there?
So both ways. So if it's cooking, I record videos, and then I can shorten them, or my workout videos, because I'm recording myself. So I don't want the beginning of my video to be like, like that. So I'm like clipping that part out, and then, so all you see is, the good stuff, and then so you just shorten it, and edit it that way.
So are you shortening the video before you upload it into the reel, or do you shorten the video in the reel? In the reel.
You can choose, those little brackets that I was showing you. You can choose for the video how much you want to do. And then you can just put it in that way. Now, there are times, this is something I do, like if I'm not feeling creative and I'm like, I really need to put something out there. Or if I just happen to don't scroll a ton, because I try to be purposeful when I'm on social media, so it doesn't feel like I'm always on social media. So if you go to Reels and you're just like scrolling,
Now you do.
and you're like,
I don't think you know this.
oh, okay, that sounds good. I could use that. So then you tap down there where it showed the sound that she was using, and you could either do use and record one right then, or you can do save right up there to save it. So then you save the sound and you can use it later. So let's say I'm like feeling creative, feeling cute, got makeup on. So I'm like, I'm going to do it now. Let's just say, all right, use it. And then I'm gonna turn it in front of me and I'm going to,
Hey, I don't think you know this.
yeah, okay, hey, I think you know this. I didn't even know what it said. All right, so then I recorded that,
I don't think you know this. Hey, I don't
and
think
then
you
you
know
can
this.
put in, so I mean, it's just whatever you want. Like if you're gonna do it now, if you want to do it later and you've saved that, like you're scrolling, like, oh, that's a good sound, save. That's a good sound, save.
So
Can
how do
you show us
save-
one more time
yeah,
how you get to the?
yeah, how do you
find-
save that?
Well, I saw the save thing, but like, how did you found the video and then you hit the thing, the sound, and then like, just
Yeah.
one more time.
Hey, I don't think you
Yeah.
know this.
So down here, it says, that like has the sound. You just tap down there, the sound, and it pulls it up. So then that's where you hit that little flag, and that's how you
Okay.
save
I
it.
don't think you know this.
So in that, when you
Okay.
save it, that's where it is. So
Hey, I don't
now,
think you know this.
if I'm gonna try to find my saved sounds, I should guess, okay. So you'll go to the plus,
Mm-hmm,
you'll go to Reels,
mm-hmm.
that's gonna pull up, and then you go to audio at the very top,
Mm-hmm.
audio, saved.
Oh,
That's where all the saved sounds. So then I'm like, huh, what's something that I've saved that I could crank out real quick, and just have something to post, or something that I, really wanted to work on. So then that's where, that one I just saved,
Hey, I don't think you know this.
and there it is. And so then you hit done, and now I can record it and then post the reel.
But what are you gonna put with that? Like that sound?
If it was one that just popped up by chance, and I feel like it could actually work really well with what we do. Hey, I don't think you know this. Hey, I don't think you know this. Eating less does not mean you're going to lose more weight. You need to be eating something like that. So I could, you could just put in the, the description, and not all, like when you're putting in words and saying something about your video, it doesn't have to be something that's going to come and go. It can be something that just stays there the whole time so somebody can read it. Sometimes it's good to kind of put a hook, something that's going to catch people when they're scrolling and they only see like the first second, that kind of glimpses and catches someone's eye. And they're like, it could say, I don't think you know this. And you're like, well, what don't I know? And they click it, and then they hear the proceeding, and you type out the rest of what they don't know. So that's what I would do for that particular one. So any
So
kind of
what is
help.
your advice on hooks? Like that was a great idea, that like things are gonna whiz by. What's gonna make somebody stop and be like, wait, I want to watch this video?
So, and that's why I love following like Brody, and there's several other people like that. And but Brody's a big one. There's another guy. I'll look up if I can find him. But that they're always sharing like good hooks and good things to, like eye catchers, like they're always sharing that kind of information. But you want to think about like what makes you stop, like what makes you want to know more, and it's like, like the 10 worst mistakes, like crap, am I making these mistakes? I need to see this, like anything like that that's going to make someone like pause. And a lot of the videos kind of already have a hook like that with them anyway. So like that one right there, like the video sound fed that to me, so I didn't need to do much. Okay, I'm going to show y'all, this might be a little like too much, I don't know, but when it comes to knowing what's trending, I love this person. Okay, so all right, so what's trending? So whenever, how and I know they're starting to trend, so you click the audio, and up here it's going to tell you how many reels are created with this sound. You want the higher the number, that means the more that Instagram's pushing it out there to be seen. And you don't always have to have a great sound that's trending. That doesn't mean that Reel's not going to hit the right people just because it's not trending, but that's how you know. So if you ever hear me or Sarah or Elizabeth talk about trending and stuff like that, that's how you know what's trending and what you want to use.
So I would like to go back to what, like, if you were going to use the little verbiage from that previous video,
Mhm.
and then you wouldn't talk at all, you would just have words written, or you would then use that and then you would launch into.
Most people are watching the videos on mute. Anytime you post a video or in your stories, anytime you post anything, you need to have words on there because people are not listening and they're not even reading the comments. So you can elaborate more in your description, but most people are not looking at that. So they're getting whatever you're putting out there on your reel or on your story. So on your story, type it out what you're saying or use the closed caption or caption thing.
How do you use the closed caption? How do you get like what you're saying to come up on the screen with words?
So you go back up here to the plus,
Mhm.
and then you go to story. And then let's put this one. Oh wait, I'm not talking there. Hang on, let me find a video where I'm talking. I'll just record one. Okay. No. Okay. This is amazing. Everyone should be a health coach. All right. Like a dork. All right. So then you go to the little box smiley face. And then you'll see where it says caption.
Okay.
And then it will do it for you. And you can make it bigger, make it smaller, move it around, all that.
Sweet.
So yes, Facebook has that ability, but they don't have the link ability, which is one of my favorite things. And it's the same way getting to all those little things like you did the caption. Well, to add a link, it's right here. Oh, you can't really see it, but it says link. And you just click link, and then you copy and paste your jot form or like whatever it is you're wanting to share with people. You put that there, and then you sticker, and it'll say, you know, click here or more info. And that's how people get to your jot form on a story, by having the link on your story. Facebook doesn't have that option.
So speaking of that, let's say you create a reel or a story on Instagram. Can you do a link on a reel?
Mm-mm.
Only on
No.
a story. Okay. Well, whether
Right.
you're going to do a link, whether you're going to do a story or a reel, you mentioned that you download it and then you'll go to Facebook and upload it. Can you just tell us how to do that? I know we're right up against the clock.
Yes. Yes. And so if I have done that, I'll go to my reels. Okay. So after you post a reel, you just see, okay, so here's one of my reels. And then you have to tap on it so it brings you to the actual thing. And then you go down here to the dots and you'll see where it says download. And then that saves it to your device. So then you have it and you go back into your photos. And it'll be right there. And then you can, whenever you're on Facebook.
Do you just go to where you would put a post, or do you have to tap on stories or reels?
You'll have, so you'll go to reels. So you're on your Facebook, you click, so there's posts, and then you go to reels, and then there it goes. And then you start kind of scrolling, and then a little create reel will pop up. There's probably another way that you can get to it, but that's just how I do it. And then you'll see options that you can create reels with. Well, that's the one I just saved. So then I can post that and then just do next.
Perfect. Okay. I think that, I know it's already 2 minutes after 1. So I'm gonna, end the call, and then this will be posted, probably not by me, but by somebody who knows what they're doing. And then what we can do is maybe continue the conversation. Like, I think it's really helpful for you to maybe post something separately. Debbie, has Debbie gone? I think she's gone.
Oh yeah, she has.
But
Or maybe this lists a couple other people that you follow besides,
yeah,
what's his
that'd be
name?
great.
Brody Pearson.
Yes, I will do that for sure.
Thank you.
And I almost feel like what would be helpful, because like I know we're trying to look at your phone and you're trying to stick it up there,
Yeah.
but I'm almost wondering if we all had like a workshop where we took out our phone and we hit the plus sign and we all like take 3 minutes
I think
and
that
say
would,
something
yeah.
stupid, and then go through. Like, I'm a very tactile person, so that's how I learn best, but I don't know how anybody else feels about that. But
Yeah, another thing I wanted to know, I know we're past time, but if you have different pictures and you want to create a reel using your different pictures. So
Yeah, like that, like same way I clicked the video, you would just click one of your photos.
okay.
And you just add the photos all at once. You can click all of them and then you can add there and it'll show you how long your video will be and how much time will be on each picture.
Okay.
So you do it the same way you do a video. You just click all the pictures at once and it'll be there. You go to next.
Oh, awesome.
But just play around with it. Even if you know, whenever you go to share something, you don't have to share it. You don't have to post it. You can go on here and do a reel and it be I'm going to show you how to save one to draft. Okay, so this is my video. Okay, so you go to next and instead of sharing, don't share, hit save to draft. So it's not scary, like, oh my gosh, at least it's there. You're playing around with it, you're working on it, and it's not for the world to see yet. And this is what I do when I do batch content. So it's where I just sit down, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna record, a few reels right now, and I'll just record whatever reels come to mind. And then I save them. So on a rainy day or don't feel like doing anything or know what to do, I'll just like go to my backlog and like, what do I have saved? So
Jessica, thank you so much for all this. I feel like this is like way past my abilities, but I'm gonna work on it.
yeah, just play around with it. The more you play around with it, the easier it gets. And
Yeah.
you can't, it's just play around with it. And feel free to message me if you have any like specific
Thank you. I
questions.
just followed you so I can kind of see.
Good.
I'm gonna look at some of your reels. I do have a super duper quick question to get us off, but have you seen clients come from this?
I have. So my entire business grew on social media. So the outside stuff is what I have a hard time with. So my Facebook and Instagram, and more so recently, is where I have had people fill out my job form and reach out through Instagram. So I have my job form linked in my bio on Facebook and Instagram, but Instagram is where people normally see it. I've also had a lot of people find me even on Facebook, and they just say, I was searching Optavia coach, Optavia plan, and my stuff showed up. And so they went to my page, they decided to reach out. That's just how that's worked for me.
Got it. Thank
but the more
you.
you get out there and hashtags are not dead. That's kind of like a on and off thing. But if you hashtag Optavia 5
Thank you.
all those things, do that in the description and that will help too.
Thanks, hon.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your time, everybody. Have an awesome day.
Thank you. Bye. Have a great day.
Thanks.